This is one of very few dishes that I know if I make, my kids will for sure eat dinner that night. This is on constant rotation, so I've made it so many times now that I have really tried to shrink down the amount of cooking time is really required for this. One of the best ways to do this is to actually use a food processor. This also just makes for a smoother bolognese sauce. I'm using more vegetables than this recipe normally calls for, but I see this as an opportunity to get more vegetables into my kids, so I usually double up on the amount of carrots or celery, but you don't have to do that at all. Another shortcut, before you blend your veggies, first do your cheese. So if you have a big block of parm that you're going to sprinkle on top, go ahead and put that in your food processor first and make a grated Parmesan, and then you can just throw all your vegetables inside without having to wash the container. You're just going to throw all your vegetables in and a few garlic cloves. Keep blending until it's about this consistency. Now you're going to cook this down with some salt, and this will probably take the longest time, about 10-15 minutes. Just keep it moving. You're really just trying to soften the vegetables. Then brown your meat. I usually use about half beef, half pork. Earlier you saw that I had added pancetta. I deglaze with a white wine, but I'm actually using sake because I don't have any white wine with me, but I really love using sake as a substitute for that. You're also going to add a little bit of soy sauce. It doesn't taste like soy, it just adds a little more salt and umami flavor to the whole thing. And then I add pureed tomatoes. I actually like using whole San Marzanos and then just pureeing them myself and then adding them to the pot. I don't know why. I feel like it tastes better. I don't know if there's a real explanation behind that. It just is something I prefer to do. Then you're going to add about 3 tablespoons or more of tomato paste. So this is a really concentrated tomatoey flavor, not a whole lot of liquid. Then you're going to add enough beef broth until the whole thing is covered in beef broth. You can also use chicken stock here. Either one works. And in a pinch, I've actually used water. Raise the heat on your bolognese and start using your wood spoon to scrape the bottom of the pot. So you'll probably have a lot of bits that got stuck to the bottom from when you were browning your vegetables and your meat. Then you're going to add your milk. Some people say that this tenderizes the meat more. I don't really notice that. I think it just kind of tastes nice and creamy. Simmer this on very low heat, covered, for at least 2 hours. It's going to look a little bit like this, checking on it every once in a while just to make sure that it's not too dry. If it is, just add more chicken stock. Once it's ready, you can ladle it onto any pasta that you want. An egg pappardelle is usually kind of the traditional way, but the kids like rigatoni, so this is what I did this time. This will make a lot. So usually I make it on the weekends, and then it's dinner or lunch for like at least a couple days. Top it with your grated Parmesan that you blended up earlier. So yeah, this is the bolognese that my kids really love and we make all the time with as many steps concentrated and condensed as possible.